Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Beaky here with the Untitled Game Show. I'm just back once again with the little video about Nintendo and their whole entire content creator program and how they've already lost money for me personally because of this program. Next month, I was gonna buy that Kirby game that's coming out for the Wii U for $60, and now I've decided just to rent the game because I am very wary of what's gonna be happening with my channel relating to Nintendo content. As some of you guys know, I have over 2,500 videos on my channel, and a few videos ago I said I didn't upload much Nintendo content, so it's not going to affect me. But actually realizing that I upload so much, I do upload a lot of Nintendo content, and I talk about Nintendo a lot. And in many of my news videos, I will show Nintendo video of the game that I'm talking about, of the product I'll talk about. If I do a review, if I do a top 10 list, what will Nintendo do to the few 3 seconds, a few 10 seconds, a minute of footage I show in that video? Or if there's sound effects from the game in that video, are they going to claim that video? Is it eventually going to lead to a strike because whoever don't sign up to their content creator program, they're going to say they're like rogue agents and they're using our stuff without rights and they're gonna file a claim on it or even give me a strike in the long run. I don't really know, and I don't have the time or patience, truthfully. This is just truthfully to copy and paste Nintendo every single link so they can approve the video in 3 to 4 days. Like 3 to 4 days is a long time for a YouTuber. You know, whole 3 to 4 days, a news video is gonna be invalid. If a news come about something with Nintendo and now I need to use video of a Nintendo game about the news, and I have to wait 3 to 4 days before Nintendo could approve that video, my whole entire process has just been put to shit because I can't, like having Nintendo approve my content actually is a really big holdup for me, and I just realized how negative of a thing this could really be because I do Nintendo content. I do Pokemon. I do want to do this Kirby game on the channel. I mean, I'm gonna test it out, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen. I mean, I'm very good with copyright and all that stuff over the years. I mean, like I said, I have over 2,000 videos on the channel, and I have no copyright strikes or copyright claims. I have none on my channel whatsoever. I'm pretty good at avoiding these things. I try to follow the rules where they need to be. Try to very much be under fair use where it needs to be, and share my opinions accordingly. I love Nintendo games. I love Nintendo products in the sense of the 3DS. I have my 3DS with me everywhere I go. I mean, I go out with friends. I go out to eat with girls. I go out and I have my 3DS. I'm never ashamed to have my 3DS with me, even at the age I am right now. I think it's a part of my life as much as my cell phone is. Just me. That's for how I am personally. But now Nintendo's trying to do a negative to another part of my hobby that's a big part of me, and that's creating videos, that's sharing news, that's making reviews, giving you guys my opinions on these games that I do love. And unfortunately for Nintendo, I actually like creating videos and creating things more than I actually like buying their games. And I hope that what they do with Nintendo or with YouTube in the long run doesn't affect me so vastly that it actually turns me to the point that I don't want to buy 3DS games, that I don't want to buy Wii U games, and I don't want to buy Nintendo products, and I don't want to support them as a company. It would be very bad if all Let's Players, all reviewers suddenly don't upload videos to YouTube because of their new system. People cannot sit around and wait for Nintendo to approve their videos in 2 to 3 days just in the hopes that they will approve that video and approve the content in your video because as you guys know, every now and then I might let loose a little curse. I might say fuck. And it's not that I'm trying to be a malicious person constantly cursing. It's just that that might actually slip out of my mouth. And with that being said, this happens and it's this video is going to be really real right now, guys. It's coming straight off the top of my head and it's just that this could lead to a lot of bad things if Sony's follow suit, if Microsoft follows suit, and I know Microsoft won't follow suit because Microsoft actually updated their policy relating to YouTube, and their policy was pretty well outlined. They did put in a clause saying that they could basically do anything they want, but overall they said you can monetize everything. You could basically do what you need to do. They basically said that for all their Xbox branded games. You know, so Microsoft policy is pretty clear. Sony, I don't know if they have put out a policy or not, but most publishers and developers right now seem to be backing off on the whole attack. Even I was even able to get Capcom to back off on the Street Fighter 5 stuff. I was able to get Konami back off on Metal Gear stuff. And I mean, these are companies where a few years ago they would have I gave you that strike and never let it go when you uploaded something they didn't like. And I mean, but Nintendo's the one still holding on to strikes, claims, the little things that I think should have went away by now. I mean, I can't imagine how many copies of Pokemon I have sold in the last year. I have been such a big proponent of that game, man. I've got people playing that game for over a year. I know people who said they would have stopped playing the game if they were not playing with me every single week. I have over 2,000 hours in the game. 2,000 hours. I have Smash Brothers. I have a friend who plays Smash Brothers with me, bought the Wii U, and he's gonna buy. I mean, I bought the Wii U. He's about to buy a Wii U and Smash Brothers and Hyrule Warriors because I recommended him because he sees my channel. He sees how much fun the game is. And what can that do to Nintendo in the long run when somebody who I personally think my opinions are as genuine as they can be, I don't make enough money. I don't get advertising revenue from like sponsorships. I'm not twisted by anything. Like I don't have no sponsorship for my Twitter account. I don't have nobody in the back end giving me money for anything. So my opinions are mine to share. So when I say I like Pokemon, when I say I like something, I generally usually like it. If I recommend you guys buying a game, I say usually, but I generally say buy it. I mean, like if something goes wrong, I'll tell you just like I did with Assassin's Creed Unity. I mean, I started out saying that game was pretty fun for the first 2 or 3 hours, but after that, Mark, I started running into a lot of drastic problems with the game. It started out pretty well, and then it just went to worse and worse to the point that I actually deleted the game without finishing it, and it was the only game. And I told you guys multiple times after that, screw Ubisoft. Now, what if Ubisoft had to approve the video that I made saying screw Ubisoft and screw Assassin's Creed Unity and here's all the problems? What if Destiny? I did an hour-long review of Destiny with the community. Now, if you guys never seen that video, what that video is me and community members on Skype discussing and reviewing all aspects of Destiny, from the graphics to the sound to the gameplay, what's good, what's bad. And overall, we came out of the game pretty negative. We said it was about, if we had to give it a rating, even though we weren't really scoring the game, it would basically be a 6 out of 10. At the time of when the game came out, it would have been around 6 out of 10 for the content that was in the game and what we were able to experience. Now, what if we had to wait for Bungie, and Activision to approve that video before it could go up on YouTube? Our hour-long video that we already made might get rejected. If they reject the video, what does that mean? Because have you guys ever thought about it this way? Let's say somebody submits a video to YouTube, to Nintendo for approval for the get, get monetized, and it's a review, and Nintendo not only does not want to monetize it, they don't like the content, and now that you've actually sent the link to the video, they're going to be knowing, hey, I don't like the content in this video because of 33 seconds in, they use some Nintendo sound effect. They could give that video a strike now because you actually just sent them the video, even though you were just doing a review and said you just didn't like the game overall. If I don't like the new Kirby, I'm gonna tell you guys that. But let's just say, like, this is another thing that just really always bugged me too about YouTube and the whole entire system, and this is YouTube's fault too. It's very hard, and people wonder why I don't do more reviews. Um, if I put my thoughts together, I could pretty much speak fairly well, especially if it's a review. If I actually stop doing these videos live on the spot, but I think this is the realest way I could do them. I could put together good thoughts, and I would love to be able to talk about sound in games. It's something I absolutely love. I love music. I love sound. If you guys didn't know this, I used to be a DJ, and I would love to be able to actually talk about, play clips of why I think this segment in the game where this sound happened, this sound effect, this little line happened, and give you my overview on that. But that's something I can't do on YouTube because there's such a big thing on sound matching up with the content ID system. So it's like you can't review music on YouTube without having to deal with the company that makes the music. It's like, what's up with that? Like, isn't that something kind of weird? Now, as YouTube is the biggest place out there for these videos, not other than, and the next up is Facebook, but Facebook puts up their own ads and they take their own money their way. And when somebody comes to file DMCA, then they'll finally take it down. But whatever, they'll still keep their ad money they were generating already. People have very limited choices, especially if they want their videos to actually be heard. And unfortunately, as much as many YouTubers want to make money off of YouTube, many of us will never make any decent amount of money. I mean, if you're lucky in 1 month, if you could get $300, that's absolutely awesome. If in 1 month you could even get to the $100 payout, that's absolutely awesome. But you can't live on that. I can't live on that. You can't live on that. Rent is over $1,600 where I live. I can't do anything with that. I could buy a graphics card, maybe I'll buy a few games with that. That's just for a month. It's gonna be extra money, but it's not livable income. And if reviewers, and I mean like the people like Jeff Gerstmann who talked about this on Twitter publicly, saying that they may not be doing any more Nintendo content because of this issue, decides that it's not feasible for them to be asked to submit their videos to Nintendo for their approval so that they could upload their YouTube. And now, even if Nintendo approves it, now they're going to have to get money from Nintendo, and Nintendo takes parts of their revenue because it's actually technically they are paying Nintendo in the first place. Because everybody's saying like, oh, you're giving Nintendo money, like Nintendo's actually giving you some of the money. This is another way I need to look at it. People on YouTube, can you ever look at the videos like this? We're giving everybody money. We're giving YouTube money. We're giving everybody money. The content creator creates the video. I make this video. I upload this video. If my video wasn't created in the first place, there would be no video to put ads on for anybody to get money in the first place. If everybody stopped making video game videos, there are no more video game videos for people to put PlayStation ads, Microsoft ads, Nintendo ads on. And that's just the situation to it. If YouTube, if Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, the publishers wanted to get to that point where we just stop doing this stuff and they're the only ones making the videos, they surely can. But they're going to be paying the big money to YouTube for just to promote those ads. Because once those gamers move away, if we get to the point where we're just playing our games, we'll get back to playing our games. I mean, there are alternates. There is Twitch. Twitch works right now. Twitch does not care. You will stream on Twitch and it will be the way it is. There's a reason why Twitch is growing so big so fast, and it's not because it has an ultra I keep saying the word wrong, but it has a bullshit copy management system. It's because it lets you stream your content live. Yes, the person streaming the content may not make the most amount of money, but they can ask for donations. They could, eventually they could get to the point where they get a subscriber button. And once they have subscribers, the subscribers could watch and get money no matter what they're streaming and when they're streaming it, as from it as a gaming content. So unless YouTube changes their policy, and I see YouTube already trying to help. I won't lie. YouTube added their fan funding, but unfortunately, fan funding is not supported for all channels in all countries. Unfortunately for me, like my MCN is in Canada, and because of that, I can't get supported for fan funding. So there's no way that people could directly donate through my channel for my opinions, for my content through YouTube directly, because many people out there, I have linked to my PayPal donation button on my YouTube channel for over the last year. In 2014, I did not get even one donation through YouTube for no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about that. I didn't get no donations since I got more than one. In 2014 January I actually did. So basically in the last 11 months I got no donations through my PayPal link just randomly. Like even if those people, I've gotten people through Patreon. Got 5 people on Patreon, but through that link, no. Through Amazon, yeah, because guys, I say you guys shop and you guys want to support me while you're shopping, yeah. But people always like to donate, always like to support through the official website. So that's why the fan funding should be available to everybody. And that's the alternate means of us creators getting money, because they're realizing that more and more these videos are not paying people's bills because the money's getting split up so much. So the reason why YouTube is adding fan funding, the reason why Patreon is getting so big, I mean, Greg Miller's Kind of Funny Games, on both their Kind of Funny Games and Kind of Funny the regular one, they're making over $40,000. That's on top of their YouTube ads, that's on top of their mugs, their shirts, everything else they sell. And the reason why they need to do that, because they're trying to put out professional content on a daily basis. And YouTube, with the splits they got to get from their companies, because YouTube already takes almost 40% of the money off the bat. You guys just, if you're not in YouTube, you really don't understand this. YouTube takes their money before the creator gets their money, before the MCN gets their money, before the split that you give to Machinima or whoever your network partner is. YouTube takes their cut. They take their cut up front. So whatever money's left over, so when you guys hear about RPMs, CPMs, whatever it might be, remember, YouTube has taken a cut. Guarantee it, guys. This is becoming way longer than I thought this video was going to be. But if it gets to the point where the cuts are being cut up even more, when Nintendo takes a cut, when Sega takes a cut, when EA takes a cut, or when Sony takes a cut, because I did a montage video, because I did a top 10 countdown video, because I did a video about 2015's most epic games, right? And I go over those games and I talk about those games in detail. I list when the games came out. I link to when you could buy the games. And because I talked about Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and Sega, each one of them wants to get their cut on top of the money that I already got left over from my MCN. So that few little cut of being split up, and maybe if I only left over with 40%, let's say if I'm left over with 40% off the 100 after YouTube, or I don't know, let's do it realistically. YouTube takes 40, 60% left over. MCN takes 40 of that. So just bad math right now, guys. So there's 40% left for me. That 40% left, Nintendo wants to take 40% of that. EA wants to take 40% of that. Nintendo wants to take and you guys get where I'm going with this? Once everybody takes 40%, there's gonna be nothing left until supporters from fans. And unfortunately, the world is not in a position where people are really donating as much as they possibly can. Times are not as easy as it is. I'm surprised that Kickstarter and Patreon has been doing so well over the last few years, because technically the world economy is not that great right now. Overall, Americans and Europeans, Asians, the economy is not doing so well. So surprised that's doing so well, but this is not going to last forever. Somebody's going to screw it up. Somebody's going to really screw up this fan funding stuff, and then nobody's going to want to do it. Somebody's going to do a big scam. Somebody's going to do something that makes it really, really not want to give your money to these content creators online. Unfortunately, I do see that coming. So I'll just keep on telling you guys that the easiest way to support me is either directly through PayPal, or if you guys want to support me, just use the Amazon link when you buy something, guys. You buy what you want, and then I'll get a cut. It's the way that Cheap Ass Gamer, CADcast, Cheapy D has been doing it for years with his affiliate links, and it's one of the simplest way that a creator can make money, or somebody who makes a website. And it's like there's nothing shady about that. It's because you shop, you buy something, and you still get what you want. It doesn't cost you any extra. You're not giving any money directly. It's just that, well, Amazon's sending me a few bucks because I sent them a sale, and that's literally all it is. And it really is only a few bucks, guys. It really is. But I'm not really here to talk about me and funding and money and all that stuff. It just kind of mixed into the conversation, because how can you talk about money and not talk about what Nintendo's trying to do? Take pennies off of a few dollars. I mean, like, it really, really, when it comes to me, guys, they're taking pennies off a few dollars. Like, penny. When I mean my videos, guys, if a video does not get 1,000 views, and you guys could go to my channel and look how many videos I've uploaded over the last month, check how many of my videos from the last month, and if I upload 2 videos almost guarantee every single day for the last month, right? And some days I'll upload 6, but we'll just keep it 2 videos every day. That is 30 days. That is 60 videos. And then I'm just counting the 60 videos for me, ladies and gentlemen. Of those 60 videos, you might find 2 to 3 that has passed 1,000 views. And you guys might know it or might not. YouTube pays per 1,000 views. Of course, for something like Lee, who puts out so much high volume, I'm gonna get views in together. All the videos add up, but individually, not that much. How about the YouTubers, the Let's Players, the vloggers about video games, the news people who only put out 1 video a day, or only put 1 video out a week? They're never gonna get anywhere. What if they're putting out videos about Nintendo news? I just don't understand how any Nintendo related channel who just does Nintendo content right now cannot be worried. This thing could be one of the most negative things that has ever happened to gaming, especially for in overall. This could spiral out. There's nothing at all stopping Sega, stopping any other company who needs money right now to jump on this. Sega is literally about to just do like online games and stuff. They need money right now. They're not trying to be in the console business as much as they used to be. And Sega might be like, you know what? We have all those classic games that people play on YouTube. Why not just, get our little cut from this? It might not help Nintendo. The money of it might not help Nintendo as much as it might help somebody like Sega who's looking for some bucks right now, looking for those studios, looking for those developers who are low on cash, those developers and publishers that might be shutting down. What if THQ did this as a last ditch effort to stay in business? Like they needed a few $1,000s. There's a few million YouTubers who upload video games probably related to THQ games. What if they get a few cents from each of them? It adds up. If you're desperate for money, every single thing might count. And if they could get away with it for a month until they close down, they could get that money. But then that sends a trend. You understand what I'm trying to say, guys? I mean, it doesn't take much to make a business, to make yourself call yourself a publisher. You just publish a few iOS games, and if those games get immensely popular, you could be like, okay, what if Robio says you can't upload any more Angry Birds games, like, without them getting a cut? You can't do Angry Birds tutorials, and it doesn't matter. What if there's an educational game, even though it's educational, and you put your own spin on it to make it even more educational, and educational should be something that should be covered under fair use. You now, gotta give them a cut. Now, I'm not trying to say that fair use guarantees you to make money. It just guarantees you to make a video. But I really hope people watching my video and understanding what I'm saying, as erratic as I am right now, just thinking off the top of my head, it takes money and effort to make these videos. It truly, truly does. It truly takes me money, time, and effort. I went to work this morning at 3 a.m. inside, in the freezing cold. After leaving work, I got on the bus. When I got to the bus stop, I made a YouTube video. That YouTube video is on my channel right now. It's the first thing I did, made a YouTube video for my fans because they would love to enjoy. They want to enjoy it, and I got 21 likes on that video, and I could not believe it. It made me seriously happy. Like I can't explain right now. I am shivering how happy, and it's kind of cold in my room. I am right now because you guys enjoyed the video. You guys left good comments. There was no dislikes, and that makes me happy. I was talking about XCOM in that video. What if just because I'm talking about it, the tags come up and now that they flag the video and they'd be like, oh, XCOM's in the tag. This is related to a 2K game. 2K wants to get a cut. Now I gotta fight with 2K to tell them like, this has nothing to really do. There's no gameplay at XCOM. Unfortunately, YouTube system right now is, as content creators, we are guilty until proven innocent. We're not innocent until proven guilty. We're guilty already, guys. If the publishers, the movie makers come to them and say, hey, that guy over there is using our content, we think, they automatically give us a strike. We got to accept the strike. You guys might not know it. When you get a strike on YouTube, guys, before you could get to your channel, the first thing you have to do, you have to acknowledge it. They refuse to let you do anything before you acknowledge it. You could not acknowledge it. It would be excellent if they would be like, here's a pending strike. Submit your evidence why this isn't what it is and go from there. You understand? But yeah, guys. I just wanted one more thing to just really, I want to really drill this into your head, guys. Yes, this content is free. Yes, it is. The people making your content, making these YouTube videos, giving you guys this new media so you don't have to pay for cable. I don't have to pay for cable. YouTube is the reason I don't have cable. YouTube is the reason I do not pay a regular cable bill, because there's such good content on YouTube. And if that content that is ad supported and people can't afford to buy the mouse, the keyboard, the video capture card, the graphics card, the monitors, the speakers, anything else they need to make this content, then they're not going to do it. If things are too expensive for people to do, they just won't do it. If it was cheap enough to make small movies, everybody who making small movies that want to make movies, but camera, production, staff, film, all that stuff is quite expensive. The lucky thing about YouTube is you can start with a laptop. You can start with a simple laptop and a webcam. You can start with a cell phone nowadays. But as most people know, the days of just making all your YouTube videos with a cell phone vertically with blurry video is over. Everybody's getting higher and higher quality. And if you need to compete, you need to step up your game. And I need to compete. So that's why in 2 weeks, I'm going to buy myself a brand new graphics card that's capable of doing 4K. I'm going to be able to do capture games at 4K, export video, edit everything at 4K. I'm gonna upgrade my monitor setup to be a 4K monitor and so on and so forth, and maybe even get a new hard drive. I'm about to spend some money to improve my setup. Now, is it gonna be nice to have a 4K monitor? It's gonna be nice to have a graphics card, but yeah. But the reason I'm doing it is not so I can sit here and play video games. It's because I want to make this content. It's because I'm interested in making this content for you guys. Now, I think this is going to be the only video I ever upload my video that's not going to have no moving images, nothing else on it. It's going to be a picture. Nintendo, you've let me down. I'm not sure where this is going to end up in the long run, guys. I'm hoping that Nintendo is really smart about what they're doing here, because if it comes to the point that I can't make Nintendo videos, can't make these news videos without them having to be approved by Nintendo, I'm gonna end up not having to make those videos, and that for me is gonna be hard because I like to cover all aspects of video game industry neutrally. I try as much as you guys see me talk about Sony stuff. It's probably the same amount I talk about Nintendo stuff, and it's not that I don't want to talk about Microsoft stuff. It's just I just don't have as much experience because I just don't have an Xbox One at the moment. But I am gonna buy an Xbox One just so I can talk about it neutrally and give you guys a realistic perspective. And that's what I want to do for you guys, right? And if I can't talk about all three companies and showcase video relating to all three companies, it's an issue for me. Microsoft put out a video a few weeks ago about their new Windows 10 program and what it affects games. And I was very, very nervous, guys, for that video. I was so scared that I needed to use a clip of the video to showcase what I was talking about. So let's say if I was trying to talk about like the HoloLens, and I wanted to use just a quick little clip of the HoloLens. But truthfully, even though I was talking about news, something that was fair use, I was afraid that Microsoft was going to actually claim the video or give me a copyright strike because I use a small portion of their video in my news coverage. And it's not that Microsoft might be doing it, it might be that YouTube system is set up that way because Microsoft has submitted their video. Now, if YouTube system as a whole changes to the point where people are not guilty and they could be notified first saying, we have a potential match right here. Can you submit or explain why it's not a match? And some human or some type of processing system could actually go over this without, you know, flagging it, saying it's a violation of our terms or our policy, and explain us really why, explain to them why it's not, and it actually allows the video to be on YouTube. That'll make more sense. But at this moment, I had to make the decision on like, do I really want to be able to do this? And unfortunately, I said no, and I didn't use the clip. I didn't use that clip of the HoloLens. I talked about it and I felt bad. Like I really did feel bad. I hate doing news videos, and many of my news videos. I made a news video quite literally an hour and a half ago, and I used no video footage of the stuff I talked about. I took screenshots. I took Twitter feeds as the and it's not that I don't want to do video. It's not that I don't have the ability. Don't have the skill. I feel like my videos could be so much better, so much more like IGN, so much more. I'm not here trying to say I'm trying to chase to be IGN. I'm one person. I am one person making videos for you guys. I'm not trying to be IGN, but I am trying to share what I think about the video game industry. And to do that, video is a part of it. And many of my news videos are, well, news, and they're news with commentary. There's a big difference what I do than what Nintendo does. I mean that IGN, sorry, than IGN does in their news videos. I actually give a point of view. Many of IGN's news videos are just telling their you the news, and that's what they should be doing. There should be no opinions given into their news videos, but mine are more than that, and I actually explained that as Beaky's news reaction and discussion. I give you the news, and then I give you my reaction to the news as an everyday gamer, because Beaky is from the Untitled Game Show, and this is the everyday gamer's point of view. Bye guys. Bye guys. Bye guys. Bye guys.